the finale of the Figuring Shit Out. This is episode 25. We fucking made it. We're here. It's the finale. We have Dawn Dickson, serial entrepreneur. Let me list. I got a list of all her. We got popcom.shop,
right,
flatout.heels.com, the
right,
lifestyle.cafe,
right,
crowdcoach.co, neastudio.com. She's like a serial
and
entrepreneur.
more. A super serial entrepreneur.
Right, super serial entrepreneur doing dope things.
Raising ducats.
We got her to come through the show to drop some nuggets, talk about POPCOM. It's POPCOM, right?
Nah, she man, she crushed it, man. Some of the stuff I ain't know nothing about, then just being attached to some of that technology, right? And then just carving your own niche, making your own way, being a trailblazer, like kind of it was very inspirational, dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So we got her on. And for the finale, you know what I'm saying? I think that's dope. You know what I'm saying? When we started this back in April,
the season, right?
Yeah, we started this back in April. You know, it was kind of like we were just trying shit. You know what I'm saying? For me, it was just like, okay, let's see what happens with this. Here we are, 7 months later. We talked to mad inspirational people. Shout out to everybody who featured as a guest. All 22 people.
Right. Was this one too? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, 22. Season 2 is gonna be the next few weeks. Please look out for that. We're gonna try to bring as much and more inspirational people than the first season. We're trying to
value, some education, actual tools, you know what I mean? Stuff that you can actually aspire to be, man. Like that's what we're here, trying to figure shit out. And figuring shit out that you think about was having somebody else kind of confirm what you think, right? Or that's in line with where you want to go. You feel me? So yeah, that's what we're doing these days.
And that's what it is. So we're gonna bring in Dawn Dickson. We're gonna do the thing. I'm not answering. I'm not answering.
Made it.
I don't.
Yeah, buddy.
Let me get my background.
I don't believe it. I don't believe
it. I'm here. Hold on, let me get my background right.
Hold on. I feel like we just entered the Twilight Zone.
We really are.
Hey, look, I ain't even gonna tell her I was typing her Instagram message right now.
Oh, that's a dope background.
We here. This is my actual real office.
Hello.
Word. Yeah, I had a photographer take a picture of the office, and we all just use this as our background when we're, remote, so that we're technically always in the office.
Okay, cool. This is my background. You know what I'm saying? It's the home office.
You're in your studio, like this. That's what it's for. I'm never in, as you see. I'm never settled, so I'm out here.
I see. Yeah, you busy.
I'll be in the car, and it'll look like this.
Word. That's what's up. Yeah, you busy.
I'm on the porch.
Here. So what's going on, Miss Dawn Dickson?
How you doing today? How you feeling?
It's a pretty good day. It's hectic. It's a hectic day, but at least I'm settled today.
That's good.
Yeah.
Glad you were able to make it. Glad you ready to get this thing started, Frank, man.
For y'all's patience. I felt so bad. But this is all I've had for like weeks. I just can't do it right now. So
and this is new for us because Zoom, I'm still like iffy on Zoom. We're recording. I hope there's no issues. I hope everything works out fine. We use using
Skype. Bro. I've used Zoom a lot. It work.
Do you use it to record a lot? Do you record straight to your hard drive? Okay. So
we've recorded a lot. I've done a lot of podcasts and interviews on Zoom, so I think it's gonna be
cool. Fun. So this is our last episode of the season. This is episode 25 of the Figuring Shit Out podcast. We saved you for last.
Anticipated. Yes.
You know what I mean? So we're going to wrap up the season. I am Bunny Flocks. Right. I got the websites, got Bunny Flocks. I got my Lucid Perspective media site, and I got silversyndicate.org. We got King Arthur in the building. What's going on?
What up? Y'all know what time it is, man. Unify and thrive. Y'all know what time it is. 2020 Faces. Check out the website. We got Miss Dawn Dickson with us today, CEO of POPCOM. I think I read something the other day. You had posted, was a 6-time starter, 6-time founder?
Yeah.
Something like that.
I'm a serial entrepreneur. I've been starting businesses since 2001 and trying to make myself stop so I can retire. Trying to retire, but I keep starting stuff, and I'm like, Dawn, chill. But I know
the feeling. We know the feeling. That's what's up. Right. It's addiction.
Speaking of starting stuff, we came here today to talk about POPCOM, right? We come to talk about her investing community, right? And then Pop Shop. Thank you, Frank, man. That's what's up.
I got you.
Pop Shop. Pop Shop, her investor community, and some other stuff that she's gonna be getting into. So first of all, I guess let them know who you are and tell them about Pop Shop.
POPCOM is a
POPCOM.
business.
Oh,
Pop
I
Shop is
got it wrong.
product.
My
So
fault.
see.
Okay. See,
But
I messed you up.
it's all good. You know, I'm a serial entrepreneur. I've started, like you said, 6 businesses since 2001. I'm currently the CEO of POPCOM. Here's my lovely office right here.
Nice.
And we're automated retail technology company. The product we developed, so I invented a machine, a robotic storefront, aka a really cool vending machine called the Pop Shop. So you were right in that respect. The product's called the Pop Shop. And the program that we always post about is called Pop Shop Local. So that's, people know, you know, they call us Pop Shop. It's okay. Long as they're shopping, I don't care. They can call us whatever they want. So Pop Shop Local, we place local products in high traffic venues. So local meaning statewide, made from like small, medium businesses in that state, in high traffic locations like airports, convention centers, hotels, college campuses, and we help them to be able to sell products to their customers faster and get more exposure for their products. And they lease space, so it's much cheaper than opening a store. And it's, you know, it's basically bringing the e-commerce experience to brick and mortar. So we believe, and so does our industry, that it's the future of retail to have everything automated. We see this now when we're like buying our groceries ourselves, doing everything ourselves. You know, when I saw them, like, just like when I saw them having us tag our own bags at the airport, I was like, okay, people aren't doing nothing no more. Like, what are they doing? And so like automation is just taking over every industry. And we've been really pushing forward the automation and the retail experience. And that's you know, that's the foundation of what I do.
That's funny because you know, Walmart and Target and all, they got the checkout line, and they just making you check out your own stuff. And it's like they just doing away with cashiers, it seems like, and everybody's just, as long as you got the stuff, check it out yourself and keep it going.
Somebody just got arrested for that mess, trying to steal from out the store. But anyways.
So how was your team, Bill? How did you structure your team for Pop Shop? Like, how do you prioritize your daily tasks in conducting and operating the business?
You know, they kind of run their own self, when I put it that way. Like, you know, I'm the CEO. And so my job is primarily like making sure there's money in the bank, making sure there's people working, making strategic relationships and partnerships. So doing interviews like this, being an evangelist for the company, spreading the word. And then my team, they're managers, they run the business. So I typically work on the business and they work in the business. And so on a day-to-day, they run the business. They do all of the work that's there. And my team has been with me for now 5 years. Most of them, our team definitely is smaller than it was last year. We were at 13 people. Now we're at 6. And it's just a lot more efficient now, you know, to have a smaller team. And we're in a different stage of our company. So for years, we were just building the product, trying to get it launched. I invented that machine. So it was many years of going from idea to prototype to fully manufacturable machine to getting a patent issued. And now we're at the phase where we're like sales and scaling. And so you need different people on your team for different times of the business. So it's important for business owners to understand everybody that you start with is not going to be who you finish with, because they're not the right people. So it's like my job to make sure that we have the right people at the right time. And it's not a sexy job. Like I've always say CEO is like the worst job in the company because you can't really, like, for example, I love marketing. That's like my actual passion and what I enjoy. And I can't spend my day doing marketing because I have to spend my day thinking about, okay, how are we going to have money? What's the budget? What's the legal stuff? What's the, you know, all those things. So it's the most rewarding, but it's definitely like not the funnest position to have as the leader of all of it.
Yeah, there's a lot on the shoulders, right? You got to think of everything. If you're not thinking about it and you're not paying somebody else thinking about it, that's on you, right?
That's a fact. And speaking about those kind of things, right? The daily tasks, right? How do you kind of divvy that up, or how is that kind of tasked out throughout your team?
Well, I mean, it's kind of not like a daily task. I mean, we use something called Asana, and everybody just has to work on projects based on what their role is. So no one's like, oh, today, this is what you do. People make their own daily tasks. If you know what the project is, and, you know, let's say, you know, we're launching a machine in a couple weeks. So there's many moving parts to doing that. Setting up the logistics, setting, getting the shipping, getting the crate, getting the arranging for the products to be loaded. Everybody knows who does what. We have an Asana board, and you go into the project and you say, okay, I'm the person that's doing the shipping. Here's the status. Okay, I'm the person that's working with the customer to get the product shipped. Okay, I'm the person that's working with the TaskRabbit to go get it. And you just take ownership. So I don't micromanage. I don't have a business like that. This is also why I never want to be the CEO of a really big company, because I don't want to work with anybody that needs handholding. I can't handle it. I work with self-starters, and everybody on my team is a leader. Everybody takes initiative, and we're a small team, but we get a lot of stuff done because everybody just jumps in and does what has to be done. So again, we use Asana, and we use HubSpot, and we use Slack. These are software tools that help with team and project management.
Facts. That's what's up. So let's dive a little bit into the actual product, right? So like the Pop Shop, POPCOM, what is different about that machine than other vending machines, maybe other competitors out there? Like what's the angle that, or the problem you're solving that other type of industries aren't solving?
Good question, Frank.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're a software company, so we're data driven. And so most vending machines are just hardware. They're machines, you put product in them, people swipe a credit card or pay cash and it falls out. That's it. That's the experience. You get it, and it's typically selling food or beverage. There's some machines you see that are selling like headphones or makeup, but it's still the same customer experience. You go up to it, you see the product, push the button, falls out. We focus more on the data-driven approach to help businesses really understand. The businesses we work with are retailers, that what's going on in front of the machine, around the machine, and how to remarket, retarget, and capture their audience the way that we do in e-commerce. So we use facial recognition and machine learning at the machine, on the machine. We do that by installing cameras. Our machine has 2 cameras on it. Those cameras are picking up activity that's happening in front of the machine and around the machine. It's counting the number of people that walk by. It's counting the number of people that walk up and touch the machine. It's counting the number of people that look at the machine. It's counting the number of people. It's segmenting them by male versus female, segmenting them by age group, segmenting them by emotion and sentiment. And then we're giving all this data to the retailers to help them make decisions on what is effective and what's not effective. So prior to POPCOM software being introduced to the market, there was no way to measure your conversion rates. And in retail, conversion is very big, because that means how many people are you actually getting to purchase against your opportunity of purchasers. And in the vending environment, it's how many people walk by versus how many people make a purchase. In the e-commerce, it's how many people come to your website versus how many people make a purchase. So you need to know that, because if you're not converting sales, you need to change your strategy. Or if you're converting a very low amount of sales, maybe that's not the right place for you to be. So our concept is that as the industry is growing, we want to be the data source for retailers to know, where do you place a vending machine with certain type of products? What's the most effective products to sell in a certain location? What's the demographic makeup of these venues? Because if it's, say, for example, my brand, Flat Out of Heels, we sell women's shoes. If the data says that it's 70% men in this place, it's probably not the ideal location for just all women's shoes. But you wouldn't know that, because there's no way of knowing that prior to our software. So we really are just, we say, revolutionizing the automated retail by using a data-driven approach. And that's why we're a tech company, and that's why we've been able to raise so much money, because of the software. Because you see, there's literally 10 million vending machines in the United States everywhere. The reason we are a company that has VC money and investor money is because of the software.
That's crazy. That's dope. I'm glad I asked, because I wasn't aware.
I can definitely see, like, this is kind of like the low-key, the blueprint to something major, because I was telling him before and offline, like, I was thinking about you just being in, even on the East Coast, just even at different festivals, or being in every kind of mall, right? And having all kinds of retailers saying, I don't even need all this space in the mall now. I can just put my product inside this machine here and get the same type of revenue, or even more, with less overhead. And we take this, I think that's kind of genius.
Are you new in town or need a fresh cut on the fly? Let me show you a convenient way to hire a mobile hair care pro now. Simply download the Cuddy app from the App Store, create a profile, and have access to professional mobile barbers and stylists in your area. The Cuddy app allows you to browse for hair care professionals 24/7. View their profile and share your locations to find the nearest one. Once you've found the perfect pro with just a click of a button, have a professional meet you in a matter of minutes. This means no more worrying about running late, waiting for the next chair to open, or missing your appointment completely. Reclaim your valuable time and put your mind at ease knowing your hair care pro is on the way. Cuddy App is the only place to hire a hair care pro whenever you are ready, wherever you are. Cuddy App. Join the revolution today.
I think I want to go into the investing part, right? So I was an investor in the first round of POPCOM. So can you talk about Start Engine, right? How you get on Start Engine, and why did you get on Start Engine? Why did you take that approach to get investors and stuff?
Really, I mean, it's a very long story, but it comes down to that I wanted to be able to raise money for my personal network and my personal community, because I wanted to increase the opportunities for me to raise money. You know, the VC industry is, you know, racist and it's very difficult to raise capital. And even though I did raise $1 million in my first round, I just
facts.
really feel like it was the best way to go. I really didn't want to do it. It wasn't really for me at that stage. So raising money from crowdfunding allowed me to tap into my network, allowed me to accept small investments from what I call micro angel investors, people that invest.
That was gonna be the next question. Yeah.
You know, $100 to $5,000. Those are like micro, and they write small checks, but those small checks can combine to make a big impact. So through those small checks over the past now 3 years, I've raised $6 million from over 10,000 investors, and my average investment is $500. So it just levels the playing field. I mean, it's definitely not easier than raising VC. Nothing is easy, but it's just, for me, it's the lowest hanging fruit, and it's my network. You know, some founders have like really big networks in Silicon Valley and in private equity and banking, and that's how they raise money. I didn't really have those relationships. And I just needed to go, you know, double down on what I know, which is I'm a really good marketer and I have a really, really big network. And so for me, this was the best way for me. It's not the best way for everybody, but you know, it's important to analyze, like, be self-aware to know like what you can do and how fast. And so when I wasn't able to really raise money another round for venture, I tried out crowdfunding in 2019, and I ended up becoming the first female founder to raise over $1 million.
That's crazy.
Did you see what happens when you try things?
Right. That's dope. That's dope. Did you start on Start Engine, or did you start like on Kickstarter and those other guys? Or
Kickstarter is not a platform for raising money for equity crowdfunding. Kickstarter is for product pre-sales.
Right.
I'm not pre-selling a product. You know, we're building software. It's not something that we can like promise to someone later.
Right. That's like for the inventions and like you put a presentation.
Yeah, you have to not have a product. So the way Kickstarter works is you have an idea for something you want to make. You don't have it yet, but you want people to pre-order it so you can actually make it.
Oh, fun. Okay, gotcha.
You can't even, if you're already selling, you can't even be on Kickstarter. You have to literally not be.
It has to be a concept, conceptualized.
Start like you're starting from scratch.
Got it.
So even like for my other business, Flat Out of Heels, I could have never done a Kickstarter, because by the time Kickstarter came out, I even applied to do that to raise money, and they were like, no, you're already in business, you're already selling products. So this is for new concepts and ideas, and you don't get the investor equity, they get a product. So they're not even an investor. They just pre-order something and they get a product in perks.
Okay.
They don't have ownership.
That's good. So is there a that's dope. So Start Engine, you started your crowdfunding on Start Engine.
Yes. I was one of the early companies to do that.
That's dope.
And I don't want y'all to miss neither that raising $6 million at an average of $500. That's a lot of people.
Yeah, it adds up.
I play the numbers game, my little product I sell now, and that's a lot of people. I just want y'all to notice a lot of people. Even though some people I'm sure have done a lot, donated a lot more, but $6 million at $500, it's a lot of people. I just don't miss that, y'all.
Yeah, and it's 10,000 plus. Like right now, I think we're almost 11,000 people.
That's crazy.
Individuals.
That's crazy. So let's talk about, as far as locations. I think you posted the other day that you got another location. How many total locations you have, and what is projection for, I guess, the next year as far as locations and scaling up?
We have 10 locations now, and we're raising money right now today to place 13 more. Hopefully, it's ASAP.
Facts.
We have some really
Right.
great brands that are ready to go live, but we have to have capital to deploy them, to market them, and just execute it right.
Mhm.
And so that's what we're doing. And then after we get those, we'll have 25 machines out total. And then we're
Crazy.
looking to work with some strategic partners to grow. So
Do you have
that's
any in Virginia?
no, we don't have any information right
Oh,
now.
let's go, King. That's us.
We're in
All right,
DC,
let's
man.
go.
We can get her a place in DC or
Let's get a
something.
pop shop local in DC. That would be very nice. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
National Harbor is what I'm thinking, bro.
National Harbor's dope.
So,
yeah.
right. You said you got 13 machines coming. So when did you decide was a good time to bring on investors?
From day one. I mean, we have, I built hardware from scratch. It took a lot of money
Mhm.
to build this R&D. Like, it took a lot of money to get there.
That's what's up.
And the thing about it is, like, some businesses, you can make money pretty quickly. They don't take a lot of money to get started. But in
Right.
my case, I invented hardware that had to be developed, engineered, tested.
Software.
We were
Yeah.
building in China, then we're building in Colorado, and then now we're building in Connecticut. It required a lot of people involved, engineers, a lot of engineers. And we weren't making money because we couldn't make money until the product was built. So
Mhm.
that's the thing. I don't recommend people raising a lot of money in the beginning, unless you have to raise money to actually make money. If you can get
Right.
in business, just get in business, just start. But if
Right.
you have to, like, if you can't start without the money, that's when I say do it. Raise money when you need the money to make money.
Right. And as far as the software, is that proprietary? Did you have a software development team that developed that, or did you purchase it somewhere?
Well, proprietary to us is how we use licensed technology and bring it into
Okay.
our tech stack. So it's called a stack. It's how you stack the technology together. It works together to then
Right.
operate and on a dashboard. So we didn't invent the facial detection. We didn't invent
Right.
that, but we license it from the facial recognition company because that's what they do very well.
Right.
We
Right.
integrate it into our stack, and the way that we use it is proprietary. The way that we use it to analyze data on a vending machine and the way that we output and segment that data is what's unique. All they do is capture face. They don't do nothing else. It's up to us to make it, usable data. Like,
Right.
there's so much data, but it's like, what do you do with it? How can it be actionable? How can I use this and do something that's going to impact my business? And that's what we do. We create the reports, we do the analysis
That's
of the
dope.
data.
That's dope.
Man, I told you before. I told you, bro, when we first reached out to her, like, man, this vending machine is wild, bro. It's next level. It's definitely some technology just
2022.
gonna take over the world, because it's gonna be a different whole new thing. Like, you're never gonna see those old vending machines. She's gonna make the old vending machines the phone booth, bro.
Obsolete.
Like,
Obsolete.
Bro, gonna happen. It's like inevitable anyway. I always compare it to the
Right.
phone. Like, my muse is Apple. Apple was my muse. I love, the innovation and creativity and leadership of Steve Jobs. Not everything about him, but definitely there's no denying that he absolutely transformed
Agreed.
the personal computer and telephone space. And
Mhm.
so, like, if you would have told, I'm an 80s person, I'm an 80s baby. We had phones you hold in your
Okay.
hand like this. Or
Right.
and then
With
when
a
cell phones
cord
came out,
on it, right?
right. I had a Nextel Chirp, and then a flip phone, and then a
She had 'em
SkyTel
all.
two-way. These are all innovative things. But if you would have told me, like, this thing right here was gonna be it was gonna be a
Right.
phone, my brain wouldn't have been able to wrap my mind around it.
And
That's
a camera.
phone.
And
Right.
a calendar.
And a camera,
And a
and a video player,
calculator.
and
And
a
a video
TV,
camera.
and
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So, like,
Yeah.
we are reimagining what vending machines can be. And when you do something like that, and it's so disruptive of what normal consumer behavior is, it takes time to get mass adoption and consumer behavior to shift and change. And it's luckily the industry's on my side now. When I started the business 10 years ago, it was not on my side. People were just, vending machines was not sexy or not hot.
Right.
The pandemic certainly accelerated automation because, we're like, don't touch people, don't cough on people, don't
Right.
touch
Don't go nowhere. Right.
so
Yeah.
you are self-checking out, you're getting food delivery, you're getting grocery delivery, you're getting everything in an automated way. And so it made retailers say, okay, how can we close the last mile better? What are we going to do in situations where if COVID doesn't go away and we don't open back up, how can we deliver products faster without humans? How can we reduce the friction there? And so that really triggered like the acceleration of our business, just from when people realized like, okay, automation is not going anywhere. I knew it wasn't because I've studied the overall global trends, and the global leader is China, and they've been doing this. I mean, they're so far ahead of us as a country in automation for retail, but we're catching up. It's catching up slowly but surely, but we are getting there.
I had a thought when you was talking. I said, man, pick an industry and master it, because everybody's going to be needing some upgrading. Everybody's going to need some technology uplifting.
That's why it was so attractive to me, because I'm like, I picked it because nobody else was picking vending to innovate. Like, everybody's building apps, or they're like, just picking other industries that are more popular. Everybody's doing Web3, all these things.
Yeah, jumping and stuff with
like,
competition.
What can I disrupt that? Like, I'm literally going to be a market maker.
That's crazy.
What can I disrupt? And, it's only a few startups and innovative companies in my space. I'm the only Black person, not even woman, like person.
That's inspirational. That's dope. That's super dope. So I guess what exit strategy do you have for POPCOM? You build it out, let's say 10, 20 years from now.
No, not 10, 20, like 2 to 3. 2 to 3.
Okay,
I told you. Hold on.
Okay,
Sorry.
okay.
I don't even mean to do it. We just had this conversation for get along about these guys building these companies in 2 or 3 years, selling it and doing it again. Why they still in their 30s and 20s?
I started this business October 2012. I'm at 10 years. They said it takes 10 years to be an overnight success. I'm at my 10 years. So, it's nice. I've never really heard of a company started and exit in 2 or 3 years. It seems like they did, because we don't hear about them until then. Like, for instance, you didn't hear about me 10 years ago. You didn't probably hear about me till last year or this year. But I've been working for a long time, And so you have to have a strategy, and it comes down to being self-aware. Like, how long do I really want to do this? I told myself I didn't want to do it more than 10 years, but here we are at 10 years and I'm still not done. So I have an M&A advisor, which is a mergers and acquisition team that's working with me to identify and work with and negotiate and prepare to exit the business. That's what I'm doing. That's what I built it for. I did not build this business to be CEO for 10, 20 years. And I did not build this business to be CEO of a publicly traded company, because I don't want to be that. But I did build it to scale and exit and provide a return for my investors, and then a nest egg for myself,
Change your industry, right? Yeah, that's dope.
I'm ready to retire. That's kind of where I'm in my career. I've been CEO for 22, almost 23 years. And of course, all investments are a risk, but you got to take risks to get ahead. Like, nothing worth having or doing is going to be a breeze.
Exactly.
Scared money don't make no money.
It does not.
Investing in anything is a risk. We all see this with the stock market, with crypto, with real estate, with all these things that are down right now. But you got to take this time when it's a downtime in an economy that is looking towards a recession. It's actually the time when millionaires and billionaires are created. This is the time to invest, because we all know what goes up goes down, up goes down. If we're down, it's gotta go.
Ebbs and flows.
So just be ready for the come up in a couple of years from now.
Position
yourself for 2025. This is what you need to be doing right now. Positioning yourself for 2025. What are you going to do right now? You can't think short term. Think about, okay, yes, the market's going to be bad now, but everything is got to go up, because the powers that be is not going to let their wealth stay down. They're not going to do it. You get these announcements, they're like, oh, Jeff Bezos lost $100 million in net worth today.
He got that back. He already got that back.
Yeah, he's getting that back. But at the same time, like, they're going to do what they got to do to move to their advantage. So we got to ride that wave in our advantage as well. So this is the time to start thinking, like, what can I invest in now that's kind of cheap to get in? I'm still a heavy on crypto, because I believe in it very deeply, and it's all on sale right now. So this is the time I feel like to stack up. Startups. I've invested in 20 startups. I'll go on Start Engine, I'll go on Republic, I'll go on Seed Invest, and I'll invest in other founders. What can I lose? I mean, they might hit big. So I'm really,
that's the mindset of an entrepreneur, CEOs. That's the only way to make it.
Comes back. But you got to give everything like 24 months. You just got to get everything. There's no such thing as a real quick flip. it feel like it, but it never is. It's never real. We seen this from last year. All them NFTs, everybody rich.
They
don't have that money no more.
I tried. I made my own project. I put it out there. I tried to get some money. It didn't happen, but you got to put yourself out there. Are you looking for a media agency that covers all the creative tasks that make a business successful? Lucid Perspective produces elegant, high-resolution graphics and logos, high-definition and 4K video, complete with treatment concepts and innovative editing. Lucid Perspective provides photography services such as fashion, advertisements, product or service, and aerial photography. We also help businesses build their brands from the ground up with complete campaigns that will make your business attractive to your target audience. We can bring your brand to the masses with our effective and strategic marketing campaigns to include sales funnels, eye-catching advertisements, breakthrough digital marketing through social media, and other digital avenues. Visit lucidperspective.com today.
And you got to put yourself out there, but take the risk, because for every time you put yourself out there and that you don't win or that you take a L, which is a lesson, you're going to get a W. You're going to, and then it can be that one big W. You literally say you put your money into 10 things. Right. 9 of them don't work, but one hit big. It's worth it all. It's worth it all.
It's a numbers game.
It's a numbers game. So I spread my net very wide. I am extremely diverse in my investments. I invest in metals and physical gold and silver and platinum.
Yes, silver. Let's go.
I invest in art. I invest in startups.
That's dope.
I invest in like everything you can invest in land. So I'm like, something gonna hit.
Something's gonna come up. That's
something gotta hit.
Yeah, I'm a silverhead.
Plant every seed.
Yeah,
she talking that shit.
I buy it every month. I just say, you know what? I buy every month gold and silver for my
That's
guy.
Crazy.
Every month.
I don't do gold. I just do silver. It goes a little much for the ounces. I'd rather like.
No, but you can buy like the tenths, like the coins of silver, the little equals and stuff. You can get them for like 50. And they add up.
That's actually what I mostly get.
Frank.
No, I ain't got to. No, I'm talking about. You talking about gold? I'm talking about. I got silver eagles. It's the gold ones. They're like what is it, 1600 an ounce for gold right now? I'll stick with the silver. It's a lot cheaper. I get more for the
silver. Is a lot cheaper. You get a lot more. Yeah, I definitely buy the bars and everything, but the gold is good to have, just to have.
It looks nice. Yeah, I got some gold. It's not a lot, but
get out there, invest. People, put your money up somewhere. Don't eat it all up. Don't wear it all up. Don't drink it all up. Don't smoke it all up. Go invest some stuff, man. Goddamn.
But definitely appreciate you coming. Wear and smoke, okay? Just put like 20% to the side for yourself, for your future. But I do think you should enjoy your money today. Don't hoard it, because it has to be working for you. Don't hold on to it. Don't have it sitting in a bank account just wanting to look at it and log on there to make money. Don't save it. Let it work for you.
I'm glad you said that, because our last guest said the same thing. Like, saving sucks. You gotta. If you put money away and save, if you're not outpacing. Yeah, if you're not outpacing inflation, you're just losing money.
Exactly. I mean, I won't hold more than 3 months of living expenses in my savings that's available. Everything else I put away. And if I need to get it, if it's emergency, it takes some time to get it, because you gotta like cash it out, moving around. But like,
to make sure it's an emergency though.
Money, I don't. It gotta be emergency. Like emergency is extreme, because I'll be walking around like acting like I'm broke and have a lot of money in my other account, but I'm on a budget because I don't let myself tap into my other sources. So it's also about discipline and seeing the big picture for your life.
That's dope. I'm glad we talking to people like this, because everyone's got like the same wave, like they're saying the same things. It's good to hear. You know what I'm saying? Yes. You watch the show, get these nuggets, use them, process them, change your life, improve yourself.
Acquisition and application. That's right.
Yes. And I also want to share one nugget, because I feel like your like audience and your community really, we need to hear this. I'm hoping that people are starting to on their wealth building. It's super, super important to definitely have a tax strategy as you create, as you grow wealth, and as you grow your individual income. Because if you start to make money, the more money you make, the higher your tax bracket is, the more taxes you're going to pay. And a lot of us, we start making money, but we're not keeping it. We're not keeping it. And so I really recommend getting some kind of financial advisor or planner, even though you might be like, oh, it costs, I promise you, it'll save you more money than they cost you. Just to give you an example, literally for my taxes, and I always want to share this with people, is like having a good tax strategy in place, and not just like, I mean, it's like setting up an entity map, having LLCs and having trusts and having a holding company company.
We were talking about that.
Doing all these things where you're setting up and reducing your liability and planning ahead. I have been making more money than I ever made in my life over the past few years. And I plan for this so that when I'm in that tax bracket, that's where they take 30, 40%, I don't have to do that. And my tax advisor got me down to literally only $1,500 of taxes when my income was over $500,000.
That's dope.
$1,500.
And that's what they be doing taxes. Out there.
Total.
Right.
Total. So this, and I have friends that have made more than me or the same and are paying tens of thousands.
There's all type of tax loopholes.
300,000 in taxes.
Crazy, yeah.
Wow.
There's no reason to do that when you have a proper tax strategy, but you have to do it before you get the money. Don't wait until you get the money and say, oh my God, I don't want to pay taxes on this.
Right. You got to plan for it.
Do it
a year ahead, right? Yeah.
At least a year,
yeah.
But at least a year. At least a year, because you have to put certain instruments in place to be able to be your tax haven, and it has to already be in place. You can't wait till you get the money. Like, oh, let me scramble.
Right, you can't file for next week. You know what I'm saying, and try to do all that shit.
You're working on creating wealth. At the same time you're working on creating wealth, create a plan to keep that money.
That's facts.
Keep that money.
I'm definitely gonna take that nugget.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take that nugget.
It's important to make it, but it's more important to keep it.
When they say everybody should have an LLC, it's not because they need you to have a business. It's a way to offset your tax liability from your 1099 or your W-2 income. That's the benefit of having an LLC and learning how to move money through that LLC. And I just say
it's imperative.
Jay-Z said something like the person that should get, what do you say, my tax accountant, he's the one that should get all of the, what's the bar from Jay-Z? Oh my God, I don't know. Remember, and he's like, the one that should get is my tax advisor, is my accountant, you know? And it's true, because they said he's been jumping through hoops. The bar, me and my husband always talk about
you're gonna make me look it up.
The damn bar. But
Jay-Z,
the bottom line is, this is how people who are wealthy stay wealthy.
That's facts. You hear it all the time. You hear it all the time. Elite rich people never pay taxes.
People
and it's
make more money than me, but I have more money than them because they are paying their money out.
That's a bar.
Right.
They're paying,
that's a bar.
You keep more of your money than they keep. And they make more, so that's the trick. That's what's up. Okay. That's what's up. That's
driven, ambitious, goddamn trailblazer for sure, man. She can make the things happen. Let the people know how they can invest, how they can find you, and get some more about how to get contact with you.
Yes, so anybody can reach me, find me online under Dawn Dickson. I'm on every platform under Dawn Dickson, DICKSON. And then my company, POPCOM, you can invest at startengine.com/POPCOM. The minimum is $100, so like cheaper than going out to eat and getting some drinks on a date.
Thanks.
And it can go a long way. Certainly, like I said, the small checks make such a big impact, because it may seem like, oh, my 100 won't make a difference, but like I always talk about, 3,000 people putting in 100, stuff like that is huge. 10,000 people putting in an average of 500. You see where we are now. We've raised $6 million.
Right.
So combined, this is what they call group economics. And I'm really excited that we as a community have the ability to do this and uplift and invest in and support businesses in our communities and people that we believe in.
Well, thank you so much.
We gotta talk to her, man.
Oh yeah, finally, this was.
I'm gonna watch this again myself.
I told you, thanks for being patient. I'm gonna make it work for a while.
Yes, this was dope. It was a long time coming. If people know, we had so many meetings and they just didn't work out, but I'm glad we got it done. And that's it. That's it. Episode 25. This is the finale, bro. This is
season finale, man. We here, man. It's been a long way coming, but we made it down the yellow brick road, man. We here.
Yay.
It's a good close. Thank you so much. Appreciate
Have a great rest of your week.
You too. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
There it is, episode 25. We're done. We're fucking done, bro. I'm just happy. We recorded this shit 3-4 times.
Keep this part, bro.
Okay. No, keep this part.
Yeah, but I'm serious. It was a really good episode. It was really worth the wait, though. It was well worth the wait. It was worth it was worth whatever we went through, right? And it just made it. For me, it was just like, damn, dog. I had to go through all that for this one interview, but it was worth it. Capped it off just right. You know what I mean? Sure, y'all can get some good juice, some good energy out of it. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, man, episode 25, season 1 in the books. We'll see y'all freakers next Wednesday. We're going to talk about Mr. Ye, probably. I don't know what the hell we're going to talk about. If y'all got some ideas, send us some shit. But this episode today is Dawn Dickson, man.
Yes, facts. I think that's good, bro. Let me stop recording.